like a store-bought loaf. Bread isn't scary. You want bread? I'll give you bread. All right, 4 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3, 4. We want a tablespoon of yeast and a teaspoon of salt. I've got these packets to use up. They are roughly a tablespoon, so we're just going to use this one. So a tablespoon of yeast, teaspoon of salt. Give that a little bit of a mix just so that all those ingredients are incorporated. And then you're going to do roughly 2 cups of water. And we are just bringing that together until it is a wet, sticky dough. Nice, sticky dough. We are going to cover that. It is going to sit here on the bench in front of my window. Now, it is warm. It's about 25, 26 degrees right now. So I'm going to leave this for about an hour before I check on it. I may need up to 2 hours depending on the temperatures, whatever. But I want it to double. I want it to double in size. Okay? For me, that's about an hour. For you, that could be 2 to 2.5 hours. Watch your bread. Like, just check on it. Set some alarms if you have to. God, I'm going to a doctor's appointment. I'll be back to check on it. All right, it's actually been an hour and a half because down the road from my doctor's surgery is one of my favourite shops in town. So it's called Il Mondo. That's like a cooking shop. Anyway, I got distracted. I went in there. My bread, look at how risen that is. That's crazy, right? Now, you're going to need wet fingers for this. I've lightly floured my bench top. Wet fingers. Get that bad boy out of there. And we are going to do what's known as stretch and folds. It's pretty much what it sounds like. Grab your dough, stretch and fold. Yeah, just like that. Stretch and fold, stretch, fold. I'm going to try and get into a loaf kind of shape because I have a new Dutch oven I want to try. I've got me a nice little loaf shape there. Baking paper down. It just makes my life easier. Now, I am cheating a little bit. I have a new loaf-style Dutch oven that I want to use, but I want this to rise, not in the Dutch oven, obviously. So I'm going to leave it in a loaf pan to rise, covered, for that half an hour, okay? It has been roughly half an hour. My Dutch oven has been heating up. That's what my loaf looks like. It's doubled in that pan. It probably could cook in this pan, but I want to cook in a Dutch oven because it tastes better. We're going to slide that in. Lid back on. Lid back on. Bottom shelf of the oven, by the way. Half an hour covered, half an hour roughly. Uncovered, it depends how I feel when I open up the lid. At 210. 210. And you preheat the oven with your Dutch oven in there. All right, it's been half an hour. I am taking the lid off. Woo-wee! It's got that nice flat loaf that I'm looking for. And now we're going to do another half hour uncovered. Bread is so easy. Let's get it out. That's brilliant. So I literally just bought this today. I always get asked where I buy a lot of my kitchen stuff. There's a few places I love. I got this today at like a little local place in Townsville called Il Mondo, but I'm certain you could probably get something similar maybe online. The brand is like Brunswick Bakers, so I'm sure you can probably find that brand somewhere. Brilliant. Because I love my Dutch oven. I've got my pink Dutch oven, but I wanted a loaf. I need to have a slice of bread. Watch me go. Listen to the crunch. Oh, here we go. That is beautiful hot bread. It needs fresh butter. Hang on a second. I was feeling fancy today, clearly. I got the good butter. It's so good. Look at the consistency.